What's a pirate's favourite letter? You'd think it would be R, but it's the C. Hi, welcome to Pictures, Noise and Words. I'm Hedgy, and this is Across Silence, he says, looking down. Across Silence, I got it mixed, just as I was about to say, I got it mixed up in my head and nearly said Divergence. No, it is not Divergence. It is Across Silence. Their album is called Divergence. Hey, damn, I'm good. So, this is a song called Sleepless, and this album is new. Came out February 2020, end of February 2020, and then the band split up. So, this is their first full-length album. They released a couple of EPs before this. They released their first full-length album and then parted ways, sort of fairly immediately. How do I know all this? Because I had an email from someone called Andreas, who's written to me a couple of times before, but apparently he knows some of the guys in Across Silence and just recommended it to me, and that's good enough, really. Why don't we play it? Because the album still exists, just because the band doesn't. Might be great. Might be something we all rush out and buy, and then they become super rich and get back together. Probably not. So, I've not looked them up a fat lot, to be honest, because I got an email from this guy. So, they're from Gothenburg, and in the 90s, there was for a while, it seemed like every band in Gothenburg was releasing an album. It seemed like everything was coming from there, and there was a definite Gothenburg sound. And I mean, I don't want to go into that. If you know what the Gothenburg sound is, you just know. I don't want to start listing bands that have the Gothenburg sound for a couple of reasons. One, it's boring, but two, if you're not really familiar with it, then I don't want to kind of put the idea into your head of what you should be listening for, sort of thing. These may not have the Gothenburg sound, but Gothenburg in Sweden, I don't know, everyone that lives there must be in a band. That's all I can assume. So let's give it a go. Forgotten what I'm doing. You can always tell when I've forgotten what I'm doing, because I go, oh, there's no video, by the way. No video. So, but we'll have we'll have what there is. Well, it doesn't reek of Gothenburg. It's not like you go, oh, I know where these people are from, you know. So it's not. Yeah, I can't pigeonhole you right into the Gothenburg sound on the strength of that. One thing I would say is the production on this is good enough, but only just, I think. If I wish Paz was here, because Paz would be able to nail this down to within an inch. But to me, there's the middle turns into a bit of a mush. Not too much of a mush. Like this, I'm trying to pick my words here because I don't want to accidentally make it seem like that I didn't like it or that it's terrible or anything like that, because it's not terrible, and I did like it. It could have been better. It could have been crisper. It could have been bigger, the sound. But I appreciate it's recorded on a budget. It's recorded on a certain budget. I'm not saying it was done cheaply, but it was recorded within a range of a budget. So it showed up in the drums sometimes, and it showed up certainly in some of the cymbals, and the guitars, the rhythms kind of. Like I say, I don't want to overstate myself here, because Paz would be able to nail this down because he's very good at production. But there's something, it's good enough, and the vocals come across well. But there's certain things fighting with each other in the mix, it feels like to me. So I'm losing stuff. I'm losing some of the clarity. But having said that, so I just wanted to, let's get there you go. There's the sort of, it's not a negative, because what I'm saying is it is good enough. The production is good enough. It just could have been better. So with that out of the way, yeah, quite, I liked it. I think it's nice, and it's a good solid track. It's not super exciting, but I did like the harmonies, the clean and the clean and the gruff harmony. I assume that's the same guy. I'm guessing that's the same guy, harmonizing with himself. But but I thought that, especially within the mix, I thought it was done. That was done. Was done well. So, and I liked that. I did like that. I can imagine myself singing along to this. But yeah, good solid song that I'd be happy to listen to some more of this and find out where else this album goes. It's a shame that. It's always a shame. It's a shame you guys have all split up across silence, because you clearly know what you're about. You clearly know what you're doing. But I've been in bands. I know what it's like. It's a lot of work for very little return, isn't it? And I don't just mean money. I mean just everything. Everyone's willing. People like me are just willing to tell you what's wrong with it. But no, I think good job. I think it's a good solid offering, and like I say, I'd be happy to hear some more of this. I don't know if any more's out there on that internet thing, but yeah, let me know what you think, people. Across Silence from Sweden, song called Sleepless. If you want this album, go and get it, but don't expect to follow up, and don't wait for the tour. See you soon. Bye bye.